Bit of irritation on Sharapova's part there that Suarez isn't convinced about the mark. I think when it comes down to it, Suarez is irritated about the fact that her form has just dropped a little bit. And this is where the match could turn. She just has the one way of playing, but she's starting to connect with more shots now. Suarez has gone off the boil. 2 points for 3-2. And the grunt came back. So Sharapova finally getting into this match. And it now could become very interesting. 3-2 she leads, second set. It's a very important game for the Russian. Needs to assert herself here, keep the momentum going. 3-2. There's a lot of movement in that service action. You don't get the feeling that it's necessarily culminating at the right time. That's a nice shot. Didn't really say that very well about the serve. There needs to be something fairly smooth about a serve for it to get maximum power. And there's still something slightly jerky. A couple of wobbles at the beginning of the service action. Let's see if this camera angle holds with it. Something that's not quite smooth about it. Well, it was a good return from Suarez. That's a bad error, because it was a short ball from Suarez, and this was the game that she needed to impose herself, the Russian. It's a disappointing game. Still, she's level. In the second set, at least. Sometimes a player needs to get to a certain stage of a tournament and lose a match before they can win one. It's not like a match that you just play. There's so much resting on this. Rare opportunities. I suspect there'll be a lot more of them for Sharapova. She looks destined to make a good dozen Grand Slam quarterfinals. Well, that was brilliant defending from Suarez. I know it ended on an error. Credit to Sharapova for trying something. That's the first drop shot she's attempted. Tried the odd slice, but at least she was trying something different there. But wonderful scurrying from the Argentinian. Yes, the frustration showing. The joy that Sharapova showed when she beat Zvonareva and then Weingartner in the last two rounds means that she's delighted to be at this stage of the tournament. But really, she'll soon be at a stage where Grand Slam quarter-final is taken as read, and that she'll want more than that. Just seems a bit overawed by the occasion. Three points for 4-3. Well, still taking on the big shots, but still making the errors. And Suarez seems to have weathered the storm. 3-2 down, now leading 4-3, second set. Sharapova 3-4. And a set down. Well, she'd begun the last three games with a double fault. She seems all at sea at the moment. It's a canny game that Suarez is playing, but she's not having to do that much that's special. Love 30. It's being handed to her. Must be a little grin behind that fairly impassive face. She's often smiling on the doubles court. She must be smiling big time inside at this. Well, she played that point so well up to the last error, but then this woman has been playing so well. She's played a solid game, a clever game, taken the initiative a few times, but hasn't had to more than a few times. And Paula Suarez, best known for her doubles prowess, is just a game away from her first ever Grand Slam semi-final. And that's where she's been very strong, just occasionally picking the moment to go for broke, rather than let Sharapova make all the errors. Playing with her head.
Part2.
Well, it's not been a contest at the most important stages of the match. Paula Suarez, the 14th seed, 3 match points. She's done it. Part of the learning curve for Sharapova, but Suarez is through. What a tournament this has been for the Argentinians. 4 through to the quarterfinals in the men's singles. And now a women's singles quarterfinalist. They had one 2 years ago in Clarissa Fernandez. But they're starting to get a real presence now in both men's and women's tennis. Suarez through to her first Grand Slam semi-final. Her consistency rewarded. An awful performance from Sharapova, it has to be said. But you have to be happy for this woman. Well, that was recorded earlier. The sun is now shining at Roland Garros, but the courts have been swept. The water is off the covers, but the covers are still on the courts. So let's see what we've still got coming up for you. The forecast is for the weather to improve. Carlos Moya and Guillermo Correa have just started. Tim Hemmen and Juan Ignacio Chela will be on the Philippe Chatrier court at the conclusion of the Mauresmo-Dementieva match, which stands at 4 games all. Well, obviously we're going to be straight back to the live the moment the players are back on court. But in the meantime, while we wait for the covers to come off, let's show you some action from earlier today. The big women's quarterfinal. The pick of the 4 between Jennifer Capriati and Serena Williams. Just getting the tape ready. We're going to join it in the second set. Capriati having taken the first by 6 games to 3. And as we pick it up, Serena Williams leading 4-1, second set. Your commentators are Sam Smith and Chris Bradnam. The moment the weather improves, we'll be back with you. And the forecast is getting better. But until we've got live tennis, you're with Serena Williams against Jennifer Capriati from earlier today. Roland Garros 2004 quarterfinals.
Neither wearing a cap or a visor. Serena Williams, double break cushion in the second set, 4-1.
Yes, just long. And also in this situation, Chris, the balls are going to start to pick up the moisture. The courts are going to get a little heavier